and welcome back to my channel. If you've clicked on this video, that means that you are interested in potentially selling on Amazon. However, you might have some reservations and you might be wondering, is it even worth it to sell on Amazon anymore? And I'm here to give you the answer. I'm Abby. I am a 7-figure Amazon FBA seller, and I've been selling on that platform for almost 6 years now. So I'm here to give you all of the tea, all of the details on whether or not I think you should sell on Amazon moving forward. If you're interested, keep on watching. As a woman in business, I have learned so much about entrepreneurship in the last 6 years, and I really wanted to find a way to be able to share all of my knowledge with you all. And so I'm really excited to announce a brand new membership for any of the ladies that are watching. And yes, it is for women. It's called Women Create Wealth, and it will be a group where we will be able to learn and discuss and talk about all different ways of making money online and in real life, along with how to enrich our own lives and make sure that we are getting the self-care that we need in order to be our best selves. So I'm really excited about this, and I'm going to go ahead and link it below for you guys if you are interested in checking out the Women Create Wealth membership. If you do enjoy this video, I would love if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, where we will continue to talk about different ways of making money. But let's get to why you're here today, which is learning about Amazon FBA. So I can answer this question very simply. Is Amazon FBA saturated? And my simple answer would be no, but I will elaborate further because I think that's why you're here. You want that reassurance and you want to know if this is still a good opportunity for you. And let me just tell you, it is absolutely, because I am seeing people who are launching Amazon brands and Amazon products every single day who are making incredible money doing this, but there are certain things that you want to keep in mind. So let's get into some of the reasons why Amazon FBA is a little bit different now than what it was back in 2019 when I started, and how you can make sure that you still have a great chance at making good money on that platform. For those of you who don't know, FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon, and all that means is that Amazon will deliver the products to the customers for you. And the reason that I love FBA as a service is because for you as the seller, you have to do very little when it comes to getting the products to the customers. So let me give you a full little rundown of how everything works when you are an Amazon seller using FBA. Now, if you're doing what I do, which is called private label, that means that you are ordering products in bulk amounts from a supplier. The majority of my suppliers that I personally use in my business are based out of China, and the website that I use is called Alibaba.com. So what I will do when I want to launch a new product is I will do product research using a software. The software that I personally use is called Helium 10, and I will use Helium 10 to make sure that there is enough demand for the product that I want to sell, and then I move on to the manufacturing stage. Once my products are being manufactured by my supplier in China, that is when I will be working on things on the back end. So for me as the seller, I am responsible for creating the listing on Amazon.com that the customers will see when they are shopping for my product. The listing will include things like a title, bullet points, photos, reviews, and a price point. So those are the things that you will put together as the seller. However, everything else is being done by other people, which is something I really love about this business model, that I don't have to touch the products and I don't ever really have to be hands-on, which I personally like because I love for all of my businesses to be hands-off, where I can do everything from my computer and I'm not physically having to make anything or ship anything. I like for other people to do that for me. So back to the point where your products are being made overseas in China, your supplier will create the product according to your specifications. They will be able to put your logo on the product, and then they can send it directly to the Amazon fulfillment centers. So at this point, your products have been made in China. They have been shipped across the ocean or in the air, but mostly across the ocean, to the Amazon fulfillment centers. Then Amazon will receive your product, they will check in your products, and then they will disperse your products across all of their fulfillment centers, and there are a lot of them all around the world. Specifically though, if you are selling on the US marketplace or the United States marketplace, that is the place where you're going to have the most amount of customers. So pro tip, I highly recommend that no matter where you physically are in the world, and I know I have viewers from countries in Africa, countries in Europe, countries in Asia, no matter where you are, I recommend that you sell on the US marketplace because you will be able to make the most money there. And I want you guys to be able to make money, okay? So just sell on the US marketplace. Take my advice, you won't regret it. So with all of that being said, this is where we get to the point of FBA. So once Amazon is in possession of your products, they will be able to disperse them out as customers are ordering from your listing. So a customer might just go on Amazon.com, they might type in sun hat because it's the summertime and they want to protect their skin, they will type that in. And if they go and they order your item, you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to push a button on your laptop. Amazon will automatically start picking and packing your products from their fulfillment center. And when I say pick and pack, all I mean is that they are picking it off the shelf, they are packing it up, and then they're going to send it out to the customer. Yes, you pay Amazon for this service. Yes, it is worth it to pay them for it because the alternative to that is you doing it yourself. And I don't know about you guys, but I love the idea of passive streams of income that do not require me to actually physically do anything to be able to make that money. And so if you want your business to kind of work on autopilot and you want these orders to be fulfilled without you needing to do anything, then FBA is definitely the way to go. Now that we have an understanding of how the products get to the customers, I want to get to the nitty-gritty of this question and why I do not believe that Amazon is saturated in 2024, 2025, and so on. There are just way too many products for you to sell for it to possibly be saturated. Let me explain. Let's go ahead and start with some statistics because I feel like it helps to really be able to visualize the sheer number of customers compared to sellers on Amazon, which will help you understand why I say it is not saturated. So across Amazon's many different marketplaces worldwide, there are over 310 million customers. That is a lot of people shopping on Amazon regularly. And about 80% of those come from the US. So there are over 230 million active customers using Amazon on a regular basis. And this is from the data that we have. However, when you compare that to the number of sellers, and right now, as we know, there are 9 million Amazon sellers and about 2 million of those are active. And just because they're active doesn't mean they know what they're doing. So if you compare those numbers, it is a very, very, very tiny fraction as far as numbers go of Amazon sellers compared to customers. You have way, way, way more people to sell to compared to the number of people who are actually trying to be the ones making the sale. And so there are a lot of people who are actively looking to buy these products on Amazon. And really your job as the seller is to find a product where there is opportunity. And when I say opportunity, I mean that there is high demand and low competition. If you're able to do that and differentiate the product and make it stand apart, you are already doing better than the vast majority of those 2 million active sellers. So really knowledge is power when it comes to Amazon selling, and you being able to find a niche where you can create a lane for yourself will really make all the difference between you making a ton of money on Amazon or you maybe not making a ton of money on Amazon, which is possible. I'm here to be a realist, but at the same time, there is still tremendous opportunity because people are continuing to shop on Amazon every single day. And as a platform, it is growing in every single metric. Profitability, it is growing as far as the number of services that it offers, the number of products being sold. In every single category, Amazon is on an uprise, and it has been that way for many, many years. Now, at the time of filming this video, which is September 2024, there has been a recent announcement that Amazon and TikTok are partnering together in order to make things easier for customers in terms of shopping. And you know what that means. For them to make more money. But either way, it is a net positive for customers and sellers alike, because now when you're shopping on TikTok, you do not have to leave TikTok's platform in order to purchase from Amazon. And so that is going to increase the number of people who are going to be shopping on Amazon via TikTok, and they might see products where otherwise they would have just bought solely on TikTok, or they might have left TikTok's platform to go to Amazon to purchase and then come back to TikTok. So TikTok is benefiting in the sense that they are not losing customers or users who are wanting to buy something off Amazon who might leave and then forget to come back to TikTok. So they want to increase the number of minutes that the users are staying on the platform. And then Amazon is benefiting because for someone who is scrolling, they might want to buy something, but they might not want to leave the platform to go to Amazon. So they're able to do it right in-house, right in platform, and be able to purchase that product. So they are both benefiting off of this. And then as sellers on Amazon, we are also benefiting off of this because now it opens up a whole new audience of people to us who, yes, maybe they're Amazon shoppers, but now they are being exposed to products that they might not regularly be looking for because they're on social media and they're just scrolling, not necessarily in a shopping mindset. Along with that, we know that people trust Amazon a lot. And this is not an actual statistic. This is my own personal opinion, but I do believe that people trust Amazon and shopping on Amazon more than they would trust a place like Tik Tok Shop, simply because Amazon has been around longer, Amazon has a great reputation, and Amazon is very, very much customer focused. But I will say that I have shopped on Tik Tok Shop before, and I will say that the experience is not bad. I have been able to buy things on there. I've gotten things in a timely manner. Some things take a long time, but others I've been able to get pretty quickly. And the way that you do returns on Tik Tok Shop is actually pretty straightforward, very similar to Amazon. So I do think that they're comparable in some ways, but Amazon is the whale, you know? Tik Tok Shop is like a little fish in a big ocean, and Amazon is really like the big daddy. So I think that this is going to benefit them both. And this is another reason why Amazon is not saturated, because now not only do you have all of those Amazon exclusive users that we've talked about in the hundreds of millions, but now you also have people who are just on TikTok and just scrolling, who now might be looking to buy things from Amazon as well. Now, the next thing that I want to discuss is saturation in and of itself. So something that is saturated means that there are many options, especially on a place like Amazon, where there is no variety in those options. So for example, some people might say that breads in the grocery store are saturated. There's so many, they're all very similar. There's nothing that really sets one apart from the next. So that could be something that is saturated, bread in general. Or you could think of something like cereals. There are so many different types, and some of them are pretty similar to one another or might taste similarly to one another. And there's so many to choose from. So maybe that is saturated. The reason why Amazon as a platform cannot be saturated is because there are just too many different categories and too many different niches of products to potentially sell in for any one to be saturated, to be completely honest. Now, I will say that there are certain niches where you're going to have a better chance at success than others. So for example, if you were trying to sell a water bottle, a cell phone case, these are things that are known to be saturated or highly competitive because so many people have sold these products and because they're very popular. So what does that mean? Does it mean Amazon is saturated, or does it mean that those niches are saturated? Do you get what I'm saying? So there's a very big difference between saying Amazon is saturated or this specific niche is saturated. There are certain categories where there are lots of choices. For example, if we're talking about the baby category, there are so many baby products that are available and so many that do really, really well on Amazon. But as a new seller, are you going to sell a pacifier when there are already thousands of options for pacifiers? Or do you find something that is a little bit more unique, a little bit more lesser known, so that you have a better chance at making money? So it's really all about your approach and your mindset when you are going into your Amazon business. It should be less focused on, well, everything's saturated, I can't find something to sell. That's not the case at all. You just need to think a little bit more outside of the box. Rather than selling a main product that everyone knows about, like a pacifier, what are some accessories to pacifiers that you might be able to sell? Like a holder for a pacifier or a little necklace for a pacifier. I'm not saying you should sell these products, but I'm saying think outside the box. It's less about the actual product itself than it is about the things that could be related to that product that you could potentially benefit off of. Remember, if people are buying a main product, they're going to need things to use that main product sometimes. For example, if we're talking about an air fryer, people will use an air fryer, but what might they need for an air fryer? The liners for the air fryer to make sure that it doesn't get dirty and they don't have to wash it every day. If people are looking at a cutting board, what else might they need with a cutting board? They might need a container to refrigerate the leftover pieces of fruit that they didn't eat, or they might need a really nice chopping knife, or there are different things that they might need as an accessory. So there are many different ways that you can approach your product research. The last thing that I want to talk to is just your overall mindset when you're going into any business. I know we're talking about Amazon FBA, but I want to let you know that when I first started selling on Amazon, even back in 2018, when I was looking into it, people told me that it was saturated. People told me that I would never make money doing it. And here I am now. I'm glad I didn't listen to those people, because obviously there are ways to create an opportunity for yourself within a system or within a platform or within a business model that might seem like it's saturated. There's no such thing as true saturation when it comes to Amazon, because it is just too big to be saturated. That's like saying that the ocean is saturated with fish. I mean, let's be serious. The ocean is huge. It's never going to be saturated because it's just too big. So that's kind of the way that I look at Amazon. And that's the way that I choose to look at it, because if you come into this with the mindset and the approach that you're never going to find anything, it's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I promise you guys, I've never been the person that's been, kind of with the woo and the mumbo jumbo and mindset and, all of that stuff that seems intangible. But I will tell you that after this many years in business, my mindset has gotten me into rooms and has provided me with opportunities that I never thought was possible, simply because I was delulu enough to believe it and convinced myself that it was going to happen for me. So if you say to yourself, I'm going to sell on Amazon, I'm going to make money, I'm going to create a brand, and I'm going to make this work for myself, and you tell yourself that over and over again, and you work for it, and you do your product research, and you put in the effort, you're going to be unstoppable. So don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something just because it's too saturated or it's impossible or there's no opportunity. That is simply not the truth. Do what you think is right. And if you feel like selling on Amazon is something that you want to do, I support you. And I think that you should absolutely give it a try, because the worst that can happen is that it doesn't work the first time and then you try again. And if it doesn't work the second time, you try again. If you're like me, third time will be the charm, and things will take off from there. But you only lose and you only fail when you stop trying. So I am here to support you. If you have questions, leave them down below in the comments, and I will be more than happy to help you out. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.